Hey world, it is Trudy Bates. I am stuck at a train. Like to make videos when I'm stuck at a train. Passes the time. Today is Mother's Day, so I'm going to take a minute and share a little story about my mother with you. I think a lot of people could benefit from this lesson. It was a lesson that she never knew she was teaching me. So she's going to find out right now too. Now, growing up, we were poor. Dirt poor. We walked a lot because there was usually no car most of the time. And if we did have one, it was a clunker. And there was one in particular that is etched in my memory forever. I can laugh about it now, but at the time it was mortifying to ride around in that monstrosity. First of all, it had no air. And we live in Mississippi, and you have to go through Mississippi to get to hell in the summertime. And because there was no air, the windows were down, and that meant all this nice little mesh stuff, whatever it is, was hanging down on the top of our head and blew foam and insulation or whatever that crap is everywhere while we were riding. The speakers were busted. It was ugly booger green, and it had some glitter in it. A little fancy there. It had bullet holes in the side of it. And I think one of the worst parts was it had this horn that blew at random. And it sounded like a dying cow. So we could be driving down the road, going by the school, you know, trying to be all cool, 7th, 8th grade. And this car would just... for a long time and just would not shut up. So we were masters at diving into the floorboard. I swear it had 3 donut tires, if not 4. It may not have even had 4 tires. We had to carry milk jugs and washing detergent jugs full of water because it ran hot all the time. It leaked oil, so she had to put oil in it everywhere we went. This car actually caught on fire at a drive-through. One time. It was bad. The muffler was patched with a cat food can. I can't make that up. This is real. But what I remember the most, my lesson was, this car had no reverse in it. And I actually learned a lot by watching my mama drive this car with no reverse. There was no need for that woman to ever look back. It didn't serve her to look back. Going forward was the only choice she had, and she learned how to keep an eye over her shoulder without stopping. So I learned that rear view mirror is just a glance in. If you stare at the past too long, you might as well pull over because you're not going anywhere. And she had to think ahead about where she was going to park so that nothing would block her way. And if something did, she was not afraid to ask for a push. Literally, she would ask anybody to help her. And I learned to plan ahead because of that. And not be afraid to ask for help or give it. She would pull that clunker over for anybody and help people on the side of the road. She always helped other people. And there was never any road rage with that woman. She was always calm. She never said a harsh word about anybody. No matter how rude people were, if they cut her off, it didn't matter. She just kept her cool. I never heard her raise her voice in my life. Well, one time. That's another time that I'm going to tell you about later. So I learned patience, and I learned that other people's bad days don't have to affect mine. I get to choose. And she chose to smile all the time. And she also made really good use of those side mirrors. She adjusted them every time she got in the car, and I learned that they're there to keep you safe. They help you steer clear of people that you need to avoid and merge with people that are going the direction you want to go. And as an adult, I can look back and be thankful that she had that piece of crap car, because everybody who rode in it is a better person for having that ride with her behind the wheel. Vicki Eaton, Me, Tracy, and Kyle love you to the moon and back. You've always been a wonderful mother.